All right. Welcome back to another episode of Naked CTF. This is Jono from OpenLineSec. Today, we're going to be doing a box called, if I can tab correctly, Shocker. So, what's it all about? I have no idea. The whole purpose of Naked CTF is this is a raw, no edit, one take recording of me going through this CTF exercise for the first time. I haven't read the write-up. I don't know anything about it. I'm on my OSCP learning journey, so I'm learning in the open to keep myself accountable. But also, hopefully, some of this content might help someone else who is also thinking about becoming a pen tester, doing the OSCP, is just interested in offensive security in general, or just needs something to put them to sleep at night. Recommend these videos because they can go for hours at a time. So yeah, this could be a 30-minute video, could be a 3-hour video, not quite sure. Let's dive in. I'm going to grab the IP address here. We've just launched it a few minutes ago. And if you saw the last video, you may know I was a little bit traumatized by my Nmap scan. Basically, the SC, SV options across all ports didn't pick up a couple of services that were running, and it freaked me out a little bit because those were obviously critical services in terms of being able to enumerate the box and understand what's going on. I've got on my list to do deeper research in what a good set of sane Nmap enumeration defaults are. But for now, I'm just going to go aggressive. So what that means is I'm going to do all ports. I'm going to do the TAC A, which is aggressive scanning. I'm going to do ON for output to nmap1.txt. I'm going to do T4 timing and verbose, and then our target 10.10.10.56. So we're going to let that run. It's going to take a little bit longer than usual, but hopefully what it means is that we get a really thorough report from Nmap about what's actually running. And we don't kind of miss anything, because I probably lost about half an hour trying to figure stuff out last time. I'm like, why is this service not in the Nmap report? But it was, if I just actually opened it in the browser, I would have found it. So yeah, anyway, look, this is already done. Scanning all ports in with -A is not too bad on HackTheBox because it's super fast and T4 timing is pretty good. So here is our Nmap output. So we're going to grab a copy of this. We're going to put it into our notes. We're going to, let's see, here it is. We've already got this prepared. And we're going to just start to have a look. So we've got 80 TCP, which is Apache HTTP. 2418, the Apache or the HTTP header is indicating it's running on Ubuntu. So it usually has an X powered by header that says Apache HTTP to Ubuntu. The site doesn't have a title, so nothing returned there. And then, interestingly, we've got SSH running, but it's on a non-standard port, so 2222, which is a little bit unusual. So let's find out what's going on there. OpenSSH 7.2, a little bit older. Usually you see 8.1, P1, something like that. So whether there's a vulnerability that exists in 7.2 or something like that. I mean, SSH, OpenSSH vulnerabilities are pretty rare, so I don't think this will be an attack vector. We're definitely going to look at the website first. So let's start with this. Let's say, casual review of website. Look for possible avenues to exploit abuse. I really think that's it at this point. No other services running, so let's take a look. So we've got the IP here. Open a new tab. We're going to force HTTP and go. Don't bug me. Okay. All right. This guy looks like he's a little bit annoyed. I guess he's a bug. He's saying, don't bug me. We've got bug.jpg. Okay, interesting. So, very little in the source code. I mean, like, that's about as minimal as you can get in terms of HTML. No forms, nothing, you know. Don't know if it's even a valid W3C document. So yeah, okay. Let's I wonder if this image is like from somewhere. Let's save this image. So let's save it into Shocker. And let's do a reverse image search. TinEye is the one that's usually pretty good. So we can just upload. Let's go to HTTP 995, yep. Bug.jpg. Trying to get a little bit more creative with, you know, trying to figure out avenues of attack and everything else. Yeah, look, it's super generic. It's on stock. Oh, no, it's not the same guy, is it? This is a guy with a hammer. FICO.com. Community.fico.com. Preventing fraud. Okay. Nothing obvious there. Okay. What do we do? I guess we do some directory and file enumeration. We don't know what it's actually running. Like, we can check the response headers to see what it's turning up. I mean, we could fire up burp, but it's probably overkill at this point. So we'll just come in here, reload the page, and look at the GET request. So this was the request, get blah, 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 blah. This is the response. So you can see that server header, Apache 2.4.18 Ubuntu. Let's add on our things to try. Any vuln for Apache 2.4.18. And while we're at it, let's just check open SSH 7.2 P2. So I do feel like that's an old version, but I think 8 is generally the kind of long-term supported version. Okay, don't bug me. Don't bug the guy. Okay. So yeah, nothing super interesting here. So let's get to the enumeration. We're going to do go muster. We're going to use a word list. User share word lists. Buster. And let's go this one. Now, the reason I checked this is that it didn't have a header like powered by, you know, PHP or something like that. So we don't know if there's any server-side language available that's loaded within the Apache configuration, or if it's just like a super vanilla Apache deployment that's just serving up straight HTML. So we'll do the word list, we'll do the URL, which is going to be http 10.10.10 56. And then we'll add the extension HTML, HTM. What else? That's about it. What's wrong with you? You? Is it girl? Go Buster. What are you doing to me? Minus here. Oh my goodness. Oh, it would help if we gave it the actual command that we wanted to execute. Yeah. Silly me. Okay, so it finds index.html 200. We know that's working. Again, I'm a little unconfident, unsure about my use of word lists. I've been experimenting with seclist, but I haven't found one that I like, and there's just so many, and I feel like that there's just a huge amount of overlap amongst them. So I really need to spend time building like my list of lists, and in fact, I'm going to put that in my perpetually unorganized notes, research, and build a list of lists for word lists, bucket into specific cases, get familiar with fuzz, because I know we need to be doing more with that. This is more brute force than fuzzing. Okay, nothing turned up so far. Let's close that. So, Shocker. There's always a clue in the name. So, what else shall we do while we wait for that to run? We shall... let's have a look at Apache 2.4.18 vulnerabilities. Very doubtful. Apache 2.4.18 vulnerability. Whoops, misspelled that. Okay, so this is the CV details filter. Oh God, I think we went through this the other day. I filter by CVS scores. CVS scores greater than 7. Out of bounds read vulnerability in mod macro. Some mod proxy configurations allow HTTP request smuggling. Yeah, so there was a bunch of these request smuggling vulnerabilities that like impacted all these different loadable modules. So each of them gets a CVE, but they're kind of all the same issue. I guess they need their own CVE because the individual modules are maintained kind of as separate software projects. The X forwarded for headers, that's a cool one. Being able to bypass IP auth. Lewis script, probably not. That's kind of like a DOS attack, being able to crash the server. Smuggling, overwrite heap memory, mod sed. Again, like I don't think mod sed is a default one. 32-bit systems, integer overflow, quest smuggling, whatever. Yeah, this is like abusing mod proxy. Malformed requests serves to dereference a null pointer. Specially crafted digest nonce can cause a stack overflow in mod auth digest. Not exploitable. Okay, doesn't bother us. Okay. We're probably looking for one that's flagged like this, known exploited. Some of these are like not hypothetical, but public exploit. Apache HTTP allows remote attackers to read secret data from process memory. If the limit directive can be set in a user's htaccess file, or if httpconf has certain misconfigurations, aka options bleed. They do love a nickname with the word bleed in it. Heartbleed, options bleed. We'll come back to that. Unauthenticated options requests. Okay. Nmap vulnerability scan Apache HTTP. Yeah, where can I find like a repository of the Nmap scripts? Nmap NSB script repository. Nmap scripts. Okay, there's a topic. Okay. Finished. Nothing. Okay, what is this options bleed? Finds file leaks and other security problems on HTTP servers. It's pretty up to date. Snallygaster. Cool name. Okay. Pip 3. Alright, let's give it a try. Like, I'm always wanting to give new tools a go. Snallygaster. Do we need new terminal? Snallygaster. Yeah. No, it's not there. Where is the local pip cache? Use the local bin. Dot local bin. Dot local bin. Oh my goodness. Dot local bin. Snally. Ugh. Snallygaster. Alright. Let's see what you can do, Snallygaster. 10, 10, 10, 56. 10, 10, 10, 56. I'm assuming it just kind of smashes it with... What? Nothing? Hmm. Look, we're getting a little sidetracked here. We want to see if the vulnerability that we're looking at exists. So we don't really care about like these backup files, and everything else should have been taken care of by yeah, options bleed. They should have been taken care of by GoBuster. Snelly. My parts are all screwed up. T. Options bleed. Need a HTTP in front. With a host name, not a URL. Okay. Sorry, Snally. Nothing. Okay, I assume that's not finding anything. Should we rerun GoBuster with some bigger lists. I think that's smaller. Oh, okay. Right. We're all over the place here. So does not appear to options bleed. Dir busting. Nothing so far. Open SSH vulnerability. Struts. That's from 2017. Log4 shell. That's not for Apache HTTP. That's Apache log4j, which is a different product. And okay. Running out of options here. Open SSH 7.2 abilities. 7.2 P2. Okay, very unlikely. An agent is forwarded to an attacker-controlled system. Well, I don't think we've got that level of control, right? Like, we can only connect to the target. We can't connect and then have a config on the target that forwards it to a SSH server that we control. So, unlikely. Non-default configs used allows privask because supplemental groups are not initialized as expected. That's privask. We don't even have a first user. Okay. Thing. That's before 7.4. Before 7.4. And before 7.4. Do we turn to the hits? Up to and excluding 8.3. Disputed. Vendor reportedly has stated they intentionally omit validation of some anomalous argument transfers because that could stand a great chance of breaking existing workflows. So it's kind of like someone's arguing it's a bug and they're saying it's a feature or it's by design. All right, okay, I know. Right up. Okay, so you got to be authenticated anyway. Of course. Nothing. Oh boy. HTTP enumeration. Assuming you've got local access to the Apache config. It's this guy. Path traversal and remote code execution 2449. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's test for this guy. So it's going to be curl 10, 10, 10, 56. But does that mean like you need a module, like a CGI bin module or something loaded to make this work? Because that path doesn't exist. Bad request. Okay. No good. That's it. That's all we got. Okay, this is using this is using Metasploit. I'm getting desperate. Metasploit. Metasploitable. HTTPS certificates are expired. That doesn't apply. Directory listings are enabled on servers. We can't find a directory path. Scan for directories, done that. Bypass authentication, there is none. Delicious.com to farm links, whatever. Archive. Interesting files. Query. Yeah, we've done and tried all of this through our go busting. The scanner. Open proxy. I doubt it. What negotiation? What negotiation? Brute. Look, I'm just gonna SSH in case there's some banner or something that I'm missing here. Gonna go 2222. How do we do it? ASP 2222. Yes. Okay. It's not like there's a banner or anything like that. 2449. Yeah, that's why what we were trying before didn't work. CGI has been explicitly enabled. Let's have a look anyway. RSF console. Search Apache. Interesting that we have a exploit and a scanner for a vulnerability with the name Shell Shock, which I now remember. And the name of the box is Shocker. Yeah. Okay, is Shell Shock related to this? Shell Shock CD 2014 6271. Oh, Shell Shock is old. Old. Yeah, if I remember, this was a problem with Bash. Yeah, certain services and applications allow remote or unauthenticated attackers to provide environment variables, allowing them to exploit this issue. It was patched once, but proved to be incorrect or incomplete, so a second advisory was issued. Yeah, okay. Right. Let's not waste any time. Let's use the scanner first. And do the kind of pre-check. So you can actually specify like the original version or the updated version. So we'll just try the original one first. Set our hosts 10.10.10.56. Everything else is good. Run. Target URI. Path to CGI script. Yeah, you see, that's what I thought. You would need like, you would need something that you can actually attack, right? Because you can't just hit the root of the web server because there's no, it's not going to take your input and run any, you know, CGI or any kind of any execution. Oh, sure. Let's see how it works. Always good. OWASP. Bash is by default. Yeah. You can invoke existing environment variables or add new ones. Yep. You can create functions in Bash. One-liners. You can define a function within an environment variable. Bash incorrectly executes trailing commands when it imports a function definition stored into an environment variable. So legitimate, function definition, some weird loop structure, arbitrary command, and then kind of your legit part, right? So RC via Apache with mod CGI, CGI scripts, Python or Perl, RC on DHCP clients, others to come. Victim requirements. Apache web server mod CGI enabled. Hello world CGI script. Attacker requirements. A listener to accept incoming connections. What is helloworld.cgi? Is this like some default? It's like some default CGI script that gets deployed. No. What about capital H? Hello world. No. Before we go any further, let's see if we can find minus name, user, share, word list. Star CGI stuff. My God, my brain's not working. User, share, word list. Word lists. Nothing? Okay. LSR, user, share, word lists. CGI. Oh man. It's putting it as like some word list specific to CGI. CGI applications. So yeah, here's the attack. X-frame options header, but you need this CGI script in place. Here's a more sophisticated example using DHCP. And map shell shock. I don't think it's going to work against the root URI. Because it's just not. It's not going to execute anything. Okay. Nothing about shell shock itself. I'm going into the hints. What's the name of the directory available on the web server that is standard name known for running scripts via the Common Gateway interface? So that would be CGI bin. Yeah, except CGI bin, we got nothing. Unless we should run our dir busting against that particular path, yeah. Okay. Let's try that. Go buster. User share word list. Dir buster. URL http 10.10.10.56 CGI bin x.cgi. Duh. Bit of a long shot, but maybe we can turn up a common CGI script name. Then we would have an actual URL to attack. I mean, just going through those first couple of hints let us know that we're kind of on the right path. The correlation between Apache Shell Shock and the name of the box, Shocker, is a big clue. So, yeah. Let's see what it turns up. Again, I'm not too confident this is a good list. Notes are a bit all over the place. Considered closed for now. Let's see. Let's put Sally Nasta. List. So looking at this, its extension is only 2 letters. Why can't I uncover it? So it's not going to be a .cgi. Maybe it's .sh for shell. It's not bash.sh, is it? No. Oh, user.sh. User.sh. Just an uptime test script. Well, good for you, my friend. All right. Now we have a attack path. Shell shock most likely. Identified path http 10.10.10.56 user.sh. Already got a lesson here in terms of dir busting. Need to be much more methodical about it. Okay, so let's let's show options, set target URI CGI bin user.sh URI, not URL. Okay, run. There we go. Look, it returns the ID command. Okay, let's search shock. So we want the shell shock exploit for Apache. So we're going to do use to Linux x86 interpreter TCP. Yep. Show options. Let's set the local host first. So set local host to ton0. Let's set the, okay, so the CV was the first one like we used before. Method we'll use, so we need to set our hosts. And we need to set target URI. Set our host 10.10.10.56. Set target URI. It's going to be /CGI bin /user.sh. Run. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we're good. Can we get the shell working? Hello? Yep. Okay. Who am I? I am Shelly. Again, my Metasploit knowledge is a little bit lacking. How do I actually upgrade? Upgrade? List. Shell. Oh, now I've got a second shell. Okay, we'll just see if we can do it without the interactive nice shell. Again, let's put that on the perpetual upgrade shell in interpreter. How? Okay, so where am I? User lib CGI bin. I'm guessing this is the user that the web server runs as. ls home Shelly cat home Shelly user.txt. Okay, we got that. Let's squirrel that flag away. Done. Well, unintentionally, it kind of gave me the hint without me having a chance to dig into it. But ironically, like in a couple of the last boxes, this is something that I've missed, which is checking sudo or sudo as privileges. What can I run? I can run Perl. So let's do rev shell using Perl. Perl. Perl no sh. Let's just try the one-liner. 10, 10, 10, 14, 15. I believe that's still my IP. So all we need to do is take this. Let's just make a note. Sudo -l shows root access to run Perl. And we need to stick a sudo in front of that. And we need to then open a port netcat lvnp 1337. And there it is. Who am I? I am root. Where am I? CGI bin. Let's go to root. Let's cat root.txt. And let's copy the flag. Let's go in here and let's stick it in there and done. Cool. Okay, so quick recap. Very, very basic web server. Again, SSH, just complete red herring, didn't have anything to do with the box at all. Maybe if we dug around, we could have found some SSH keys and used that, but you know, whatever, we got there. So the path to pwn, let's quickly write it out, was enumerated, found static website, found web server vol to shell shock bug cvxx, exploited shell shock to obtain reverse shell as shelly user web server context. Shelly user had sudo priv to run Perl as root, sudo Perl reverse shell as root, pwn complete. Okay. So that's about it. Like the process of finding the fact that it was vulnerable to shell shock was a little ambiguous. Like I gotta find a better way to, you know, quickly make decisions about, you know, is this particular service or this software vulnerable? I tend to be scrolling through dozens of web pages trying to and ah and work out whether things are legit. I mean, there's always going to be like lots of bugs, lots of CVEs, you know, and whether they're applicable to this particular exercise. Like if it's a you know, if it's a DOS type vulnerability, probably not interesting to us because we don't want to DOS the server. We need to gain access to it. So yeah, we need to think of that. Then where else did we go wrong? Trying to find the fact that it was vulnerable to shell shock itself. Yeah, and then finding the actual path, right? So ran directory and file enumeration with the HTML and HTML extension from the root. It was no good, didn't turn up anything. Only once we were kind of reasonably confident that this was a shell shock thing, which meant that mod CGI had to be installed, which meant that CGI bin as a path would probably exist. Would we get there? And even then, I was brute forcing for /CGI bin, or I was fuzzing for file names that ended in .cgi and not .sh, and it was only because of the clue in the HackTheBox guided mode that showed me that it was a 2-letter extension and not a 3-letter extension. So plenty of lessons there. CGI bin is not always .cgi, it could be .sh, it could be whatever, anything theoretically. So yeah, look, really enjoyed that. Just a little over an hour to get the user and the admin flag done. Lots of fun. Shell shock, I remember from many, many years ago. I remember in my job at the time, it was like a real chaotic thing that we had to run around, everyone with their hair on fire trying to get everything patched and figured out. So yeah, a nice little trip down memory lane. Thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.